Check it out. I didn't want to crank it and hit the hubcap on the edge of the wrecker, so we'll push it back up in and then bring it back in a second time.
Yeah, I'll see you later, Lee. Have a good one.
What do you think? Oh my gosh, he bought my old tailgate. That says, "Welcome to California. I'll go home," right? That's my. What's up, everybody? So, big shout out to Todd Owsley. This is a 1967 Camaro RS. This is out of Thatcher, Utah. It's a one-owner car. The car was titled as a 1968, but we all know by the wing window and by the Bluebird that these are, anything with a wing window is 1967. So apparently that happened a lot in the 60s. They would get them titled a little bit off, but clearly this is a one-owner car, and it'll have to be retitled as a 67, and that's okay. We'll get it straightened out. So we did a kind of a close-up inspection on it. We've had it on the lift. It seems to have been modified a little bit, perhaps an amateur restoration. Some of the paint has been, been redone on it, but yeah, looks great. The car has not ran in, they said 12 years, but we checked the date on the battery, and the battery has a date code of H9, so that would be October of 2009. Anyway, we're thinking that probably the years line up, so everything seems to be all right on it. So what we are going to do now is, because the car has sat so long, we are going to pull the spark plugs, put a camera inside the cylinders, and just look around for a second. Then we are going to put some kind of a treatment in there, probably marble mystery oil, because we like it, it seems to work. But definitely some kind of a lubricant that can soak into the compression rings and the oil control rings and lube up the cylinders a little bit. And then after we let it sit overnight, tomorrow we're going to come in, start turning the engine by hand, just a little bit back and forth. And if it turns nice and easy, then we'll go ahead and clean out the fuel system and start it up. And we'll see how it does. But so we're going to start right now by pulling the spark plugs out. Now, everybody knows this firing order. Most of you Chevy guys know it by heart, but Chrysler uses this same firing order, 1-843-6572. On the Chevrolet, the distributor is on this side of the camshaft, so it rotates in a clockwise direction. Pontiac puts the distributor on the driver's side of the camshaft, and it's the same firing order, but it rotates in the opposite direction, or counterclockwise. So, very, very exciting. This is the 327 Turbo Fire, 210 horsepower, 2-barrel, which was plenty for the rally sport. Back then, that was a lot. Of course, they had the RS D28 package, which had, and they had the higher options. I think all the way up to a 427 on this car. So yeah, there was a lot of really great upgrades. Me personally, I like the little 2-barrel. I like the small displacement engine. I like the hubcaps. I like this car a lot. I think this car is great. Hopefully it doesn't get changed too much, but obviously it definitely needs to be resealed. There's a lot of leaks, a lot of drips. The exhaust is new, but it's been tuned down to a single exhaust. Somebody married it together in the back. Looks like it's got some Bosch spark plugs. We are going to find out. Get a little extension here. And here we go. Looks good so far. Looks like a spark plug. So yeah, it's probably going to be good. We're going to pull out my Icon T10 scanner I've been really happy with. The time it takes to get this thing switched on and the camera running is about a minute. Big screen, clear resolution. Okay, here we go. I like to level the camera out so I know exactly where in the piston I'm looking. Put that right there. And so now this car is oriented as 1357 on the driver's side, 2468 on the passenger side. So we are going into cylinder number 2. And here we go. And it looks fine. It looks like, oh yeah, there's definitely some rust in there, and that's okay. It's just surface rust, and we were expecting something like that. So let me see if I can get this camera to angle a little bit. Yeah, there's the cylinder wall. You can still see the cross hatching. There is some up and down scraping, but I think, yeah, this definitely needs some penetrating oil before it's turned. Somebody might have actually cranked this over a little bit just to see if it turned. But that'll be fine. As long as nobody started it, it's going to be okay. So that looks good in there. We're going to go ahead and we're going to move ahead and pull these plugs out. Get some kind of a penetrant in there, followed by some mystery oil, and we'll see what happens. Oh yeah, some more information about the car. It's out of Thatcher, Utah. Did I mention that? It's out of Thatcher, Utah. One owner car, bought by the gentleman's dad. And it's still, well, it's technically a 2-owner car now. But other than that, kind of a barn find-ish. Spark plugs are looking good. We are also going to put a camera down the fuel tank and look in there, see if there's any gum or varnish in there. Hopefully not. Hopefully the tank is dry, empty, or we're hoping it's got red fuel in it, or some kind of a treatment in the gas so that it doesn't turn back in the corner.